Welcome to Wong Presents All Walks of Life. Today we're going to talk about MMA, Mixed Martial Arts, and UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, the organization that organizes MMA fights. I did some homework and I found out that the arena for MMA is called Octagon. Who knew geometry can sound so dangerous? MMA actually has a lot of ties to China. Bruce Lee is considered the father of MMA. He famously said, "The best style is no style," meaning you should take the best elements from different fighting styles and make them your own. Bruce Lee is my hero, so when I was getting robbed by a guy wearing Bruce Lee t-shirt, it was such a mixed feeling. The year 2017 marks the first time UFC came to China, and I was very fortunate to be able to interview 4 great UFC fighters.
That's his influence. I'm gonna attack this guy in the first 3 minutes.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you 5-time strawweight champion Joanna Jedrzejczy.
Hello everyone.
And the former WEC featherweight champion Urijah Faber.
Hello.
Heavyweight champion and UFC ambassador Antonio Nogueira.
Hey guys.
Welterweight UFC fighter Jorge Masvidal.
George.
Welcome everybody. Antonio, because UFC is Ultimate Fighting Championship, right? How ultimate is it? Are there any rules?
Of course, a lot of rules, you know, and the sport changed since we start fight, you know, like years ago. We have no rules at the timing. We got them rounds, you know, a lot of like world champ of Muay Thai came into the UFC now, you know, so all the world champs and the wrestling, you know, different style, they all come and join the UFC, so a lot of rules.
Oh, that's great. So I heard that you were run over by a truck when you were 10.
Yeah,
Do you think you can defeat it now?
I was running by a truck when I was 11 years old.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've been 11 months in the hospital, you know,
Oh, wow.
like in coma for like 2 weeks. You know, I used to play judo since I was 4 years old. So
why did you start so late?
I have 4 years.
I'm just kind of curious. I got into fights before, and when I lost, you know, it felt terrible. How do you work out the courage to do it again? You know, it sounds to me it's really amazing.
Yeah, it is, but when we lose, that's when we learn.
Yeah, I feel like in there's different types of losses. There's losses where you got to showcase all your skills and you came up short. You may have had some adversity. And there's losses where, you know, I put all in my preparation, so the result I can't control necessarily, and I'm happy with the fact that I was able to put in all my all. If I wasn't putting in my all, it'd be harder to lose.
Cool. I guess because I'm a comedian, and one thing I'm really interested in is, are there any funny stories in the octagon or facing the media or doing the weigh, you know, anything that comes to your mind?
Funny in general?
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head. I mean, there's been a couple accidents where people have actually crapped their pants. That was pretty funny. It was also kind of sad.
Oh, I see.
But the girl, which had happened
Oh, it's a girl.
had a great sense of humor, and she put out the next day, "Hey, shit happens."
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was a good one.
When this thing happened, my friend Ricardo Roland, he shed his pants.
No.
So they're holding him from behind. So we have to walk together.
But before UFC comes to China, a lot of the UFC fighting videos are popular on the internet. So on one video, one fighter actually kissed another fighter. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, what would you do if an
That was
opponent
Crazy
actually
Horse.
kisses you?
Well, there was one where the Crazy Horse
And the pride, yeah.
in Pride, the guy kissed him,
Mhm.
and he shook his head like this.
And then
Knock
yeah,
him
they
out.
knock him, Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
What's
would
his
you
first
do
name?
if somebody kisses you?
I'd kiss him back.
Yes. Any love is good
A
love.
lot
right?
of love, a lot of love, you know.
If not, that's okay too.
Oh, are there any mixed fights?
There.
Outside the UFC, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Most of those people are in jail.
Oh, I see. What about you, Antonio? Any funny accidents or?
The guys kiss each other, no.
Yeah, no, not kissing each other.
That's a big accident.
He used to do that, but not anymore.
Yeah. Who's the best at trash talk here?
I'm good when there's something behind it. I'm not very good at making stuff up, but if I don't like someone,
Yeah.
I can definitely talk some trash.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I
Yeah.
can hold my own. I've got a
See,
a sharp wit.
see, here's
Let's
the thing.
let's
you
say
know,
like
I'm
it's not trash talking. You're just being honest.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
right.
Here's the thing. I prepare the trash talk. Can you guys critique my trash talk?
Sure.
For
Absolutely.
example, I'm going to fight Antonio.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to trash talk you.
Oh.
Is that
You
okay?
chose the easiest person, the nicest person.
Oh, really?
Very
Oh,
nice.
who's
So
the
you have
toughest
nothing
one?
to say to me.
Who's the
Don't talk about my family, okay?
What about you, Uriah? Can I trash talk you?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
It'd be my pleasure.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw it down like a cigarette butt, and I'm gonna grind on it until it get puts out.
It puts me out.
Yes, I'm gonna put you out.
I would pay to see that.
See, that's the difference. So you're a champion, I'm not. You can beat me.
Man, I'll tell you, I was scared though. The way you delivered that, it struck a little fear into me. I'll be honest.
Oh, really?
Confident. He
He
was
was very confident. I
confident.
felt the energy.
Oh.
I had to put on a bold face.
So what? Can you trash talk me?
Trash talk you?
Yes, anything goes.
Anything goes.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it like
You're
a
like
roaster?
you're like a Chinese Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
Nothing?
The reference is a little bit too old.
Oh,
It
yeah,
should
this
be
is
Chinese Louis C.K. now. So
Like, really
that's what
close
they
by.
say about UFC fighters. A lot of times before the fight, they trash talk each other, but they are actually very friendly toward each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, people trash talk, but sometimes they're real.
Yeah.
They
really?
don't like each other. They
Oh.
don't like each other, not just to sell. When people talk,
Mhm.
a lot of times, I'll tell you more than 95% of the time,
Yeah.
they don't like the guy.
Yeah.
The guy talking back, that's not
yeah.
fake to sell
That's-
what
yeah, it's not like sometimes people say like that Dana is paying us to do the trash talk, to say the pay-per-view, but we are real,
Oh,
When we
really?
prepare for the fights, we train for like 10, 12 weeks. So
Mhm.
imagine me staying in Florida with a family. My family is still living in Poland, my fiance,
Oh.
my friends. So I miss them so much, and like when I hear like this one is coming for you, this one gonna beat you, this one. So we must tell them and show to them who you are. You cannot let them step on your toe because and it's real. The emotions are real. You only train, sleep, and eat. And you only focus on this one fight, on this one night, so the emotions are real. But after the fight, we can shake hands and respect even more. But we show the respect. Even there is a trash talking, we show the respect the way how we train and prepare for the fights.
And imagine they're losing weight.
Uh-huh.
So no eating carbohydrates.
I got it. Yeah. When they're trying to lose weight,
Not happy,
yeah.
you're mad. Irritable.
So, Johanna, so what's your nickname, and why do you not have a nickname?
My family name. So before I became a champion, I said call me Anna Champion because I will be a
Yeah,
champion,
that's a
and I was a
nickname.
champion for a
Your
long time.
nickname is champion.
Yes, of course.
Wow.
And even I lost my last fight. You know?
So I understand you have a twin sister, right?
Yes, I do.
Can you just say, oh, actually, she was fighting, not me?
I can say, I cannot say that. She looks totally different.
So your nickname is California Kid.
Yes.
Hey, Antonio, what is your nickname?
Minotauro. Half bull, half man.
Half bull, half man.
Yes.
Wow. What about you, Jorge?
Game bred.
Game bred. Oh. Do you know what my
No.
UFC nickname is?
Pee Wee.
No. Man, I hope this name doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. No. I have a rapper name.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, I was really into hip hop, I'm part of Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Nice.
I'm just kidding. But I do have street cred.
What's the nickname?
I found out who I am on the streets. A victim.
What is it?
A victim. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The victim.
my rapper name is Victor Yan.
Yeah, Victor.
Is that a good fighter name or?
Well,
Victor?
not if it actually happens, it plays out, but if sarcasm, like the secret weapon, Pete Spratt was the secret weapon,
Mhm.
which is what you would call the kid that sits the bench. He never gets to play, he's the secret weapon.
Oh yeah,
So
he's the
if you
victim.
play like that, yeah.
Secret weapon, I like that.
Yeah, a little sarcasm there.
Sounds better.
Cool. Joanna, you have 5 championship belts. Have you ever wore a belt in public?
Actually, no.
No, not even by accident.
People think that after you win the belt, you go and show to everyone. Actually, after every fight,
Mhm.
after every win, I'm like, oh, the hard work is done. It's time to set a new challenge,
Mhm.
new goal, new dream. And I put my belt to this. I have a special place in my house. I put the
Mhm.
belt there.
If I have 5 championship belts, I'm gonna wear all of them all the time. And I'm gonna make a big show at the airport security check.
There you go.
Take your belt off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Another
5.
leg.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna really make a show for it.
With no clothing on.
Guaranteed.
Sometimes.
We have to get you a belt. I'd like to see it.
Oh yeah, how big is the belt, by the way?
I mean, I have no idea how big the belt is.
You got some, right?
It's about that big.
Like a,
And the wide, yeah.
Oh.
Like that one.
Wow, it's like a shield.
It's kind of heavy though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Jorge said that this was 6 inches. That's what he told the girls last night.
Ouch!
Just kidding.
That-
Jorge.
One question for Joanna. You played at Madison Square Garden. It's fantastic. So my question is, how square is it?
2 times.
2 times. Yeah. Let me put it this way. Have you experienced any unexpected wins or losses?
I never expected to lose. Let me slap that. Go away. Yeah.
That's the best. A short career for people that don't really believe in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If they have the wrong motivation,
Yeah.
like us here, when you're going into a fight, it's because you believe you're the best person on the planet.
Next topic. Since we have a lot of champions here, I wanted to talk a little bit about winning. What was your first win that gives you a lot of thrill? The first time you won a fight and you feel happy for days and days. Do you
I think
remember?
every fight.
Every fight?
After my every fight, after every win or lose, I'm like, okay. It's time to write another story, I remember my first sparring after 2 months of training, and I was super excited, And that time I realized that I'm such a big competitor, and this is what I like. I like to feel the adrenaline, and this is what I want to be in my life. And my life changed because of that.
Wow. When was your first time getting paid, and how much were you paid?
For me, the first time I got paid was $200 to show up and $200 to win, and I got a percentage of my tickets that I sold.
Mm-hmm.
So I made $458. In a minute and a half though was the fight. It was a big Mexican guy, shaved head, pride tattooed on his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Wow.
graduated college.
So how did you celebrate?
I can't remember what I did to celebrate, but I didn't spend any money because I needed all that money for bills.
Oh, I see. Did you calculate the hourly rate?
I did.
1 minute,
My-
$300.
Yeah,
is
my
the
mom
hourly rate.
offered me to pay me to stop fighting
Mhm.
after I didn't tell her till after I fought,
Yeah.
and she said she was gonna pay me to stop,
Mhm.
and so I said, all right, it's gonna be $450 every minute and a half.
That's good money.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Antonio, do you think MMA is really good for kids? Is it good for them to learn mixed martial arts?
Yeah, and MMA is a mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
You know, if I have kids, you know, and my daughter, she played judo for a while,
Mhm.
you know, then now she's playing kickboxing and Muay Thai,
Oh.
you know. So I think the
That's a
martial
lot of
arts
discipline.
is really good for disciplining the kids.
So now you're doing MMA as a sport. You're a professional MMA fighter. Do you still get into street fights, or does it help you?
Straight edge guy.
No. Why?
No, because I don't want to go to jail for a very long time.
Oh, I thought because there's no referee or something.
No, that too, that's why I would like a referee there, but no, if I hit somebody in the street, I think I can go to jail for a long time, so I stay
He's
away.
the nicest guy in the
Nicest
gym.
guy.
I'm training with him
Yeah.
Oh,
at
I
ATT,
see.
and he's the nicest guy. And even when he's going for sparring, he's like
Oh, I see. The
such
reason
a
I'm
respectful,
asking
you
is
know. He is a professional athlete, so
oh. The reason why I'm asking is because some parents may think, oh, if my son learns mixed martial arts, will they get into fights, you know, that kind of thing.
In my opinion, teaching a kid martial arts will help avoid a fight
Mm-hmm.
because they have the confidence to know
Yeah.
that, you know, that they can defend themselves. Also,
So is it possible to have this confidence without practicing MMA?
Yes.
I'm curious because I don't know
I think-
MMA.
Yes.
I think good parenting. I think the confidence
Mhm.
comes from good family.
Yeah.
You know, people that have support and in good times and bad times,
Mhm.
unconditional love.
Yeah.
For me, I see the confidence that happens from there.
Can you speak one Chinese word to our viewers?
yes.
Yeah.
你好.
Oh, great.
Wonton.
Wonton. Oh, 馄饨. Antonio.
Only can say the same thing, ni hao.
你好. Jorge.
不行，不行。
不行.
What's that?
Yeah, 不行. No. What's your least favorite smell? Least favorite smell?
Skunk.
Skunk.
Someone talk?
Okay. What about you, Jorge?
My gym bag.
Your gym bag. Okay, that's honest.
My gloves. Maybe my gloves. So.
Joanna.
I'm a princess. I smell only good, you
I
know.
know.
That perform.
I thought you were going to say his gym bag. If you have the time, I can teach you a Chinese taunt word, just like Chinese trash talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Face the camera and just say, 你瞅啥?
你手啥?
It's all shot.
瞅你咋地?
瞅你啥地?
Johnny Shahi.
Yeah. 瞅你咋地?
Johnny Shahi.
What does it
Okay.
mean?
First one is, what are you looking at? The second one is, what if I'm looking at you? This basically how to start a fight. Or,
Nice.
all right, I think our time
We
is
should
up.
cut, eh?
Yeah, we should cut.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yes, pleasure meeting you. Oh, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you think of this?